started today, and I'm recording today's meeting so you guys can watch it a little bit later. For our first little tour today, we are visiting the Nicklaus Children's Hospital, and we're starting in their MRI suite. It is their eye MRI suite, and it says it's an intraoperative MRI suite supported by Stryker stores, and it also has a brain lab and then an IMRIS. So it's doing a slow little look right now, but see, we have someone prepping. And you can see how much technology they really do have to use at this point in the lab. More than likely, this is a touch screen. Both of these are probably touch screen beside him. Okay, and then we have the MRI machine here in the back. More technology. Let's see what this guy's trying to take a look at here on the table. So probably a prep table. So, and here's an in vivo expression. So this is an MRI compatible patient monitor with a rating of 5,000 Gauss. Can be close to the MRI magnet. It displays non-invasive blood pressure, NIBP, CO2 monitoring, and the respiratory rate, wired and wireless gating, and MRI systems and multi-priority alarm system. This is a little look at their MRI room. Try and see what this last little tech is doing right here and see. So they have a 360 view. Okay, we're going to go on to, here's their life flight. So just a little tour of the life flight space and the team here for the Children's Hospital. Planes can come straight to the hospital. So just a nice little picture of the crew. Here we have a nursing station up next. Okay, and then this is your nursing station at the hospital. Lots of ways to stay clean. I like seeing that. So here's your medication dispenser. The pneumatic tube is a chute system that allows the pharmacy and blood bank to deliver medications and blood products promptly to nurses for administration to the patient. It also enables nurses and care assistants to send specimens to the laboratory for processing. Up here we have the dual monitors. So this is the central physiology monitoring system allows for a quick view of all monitored patients within the unit. It also enables clinicians to drill down for EKG wave reviews and vital signs trending data. So just to see what our top problems are. Is it, especially during a time of COVID, this would come in a lot and very handy. So the HIROM lights displayed outside patient rooms communicate special needs of the patient within, such as high risk for falls, seizure precautions, chemotherapy precautions, flight risk precautions, ventilators are present, restraints in place, pain intervention provided, etc. The lights also alert nurses when it is time to reassess a patient's pain after administering interventions such as medication, diversional activities. The lights are also a guide to emergency situation locations requiring additional assistance when activated, such as a blue code or a code blue or emergency. There's a lot of these, and the links will be provided in the YouTube video at the end, so I'm not going to go over all of these, just so we can take a look at all the different parts. So here is a patient room we have up next. Okay, and so I feel like most of us are familiar with the patient room, but let's just see what Nicklaus has to offer. So the bedside interactive TV monitor allows for the patient and family to be involved in the child's care. The system offers educational materials through Kids Health, both standard and those prescribed by the nurse, interactive games, surveys for the families to complete, as well as pop-ups for patient-specific reminders. The system also allows the patient family to nominate outstanding nurses for the Daisy Award, which is an award at the hospital, I'm assuming. And so pretty simple. Sofa bed pulls out, so that's nice. So they try to accommodate the family as much as they can. the privacy curtain, and then another little family TV. So just a smaller one if you needed two different things to watch. Okay. This is their rapid registration headquarters. So this is a good little spot for probably billing and coding students. This is where you would have probably a really, really big amount of high energy in this room. So not much to look at, but still just a spot for you guys to realize how important billing and coding really can be when it comes to registering patients and getting them in quickly. They also have a telehealth system, and then we'll look at their therapy room to wrap up this one. We're going to visit a chemistry compounding center also. So here's just a quick view of telehealth. It looks like especially now during COVID, sorry, I'm jumping everywhere, but two different types of monitoring. So this is the room. Doctors to virtually connect to patients. And then I would imagine the other one would be for patients to connect with other doctors. So like if a big family had to come in and talk to multiple doctors at once, here would be a perfect place to do that. Okay, and then here is their therapy room. I can get the other way going. Okay. So therapy rooms provide a quiet space for the therapist and child to work together to support speech and language goals. So it's a very small area, but this is just I thought it was an interesting component to put in the virtual tour and wanted to show it. And then at the front, here are some of their lobbies, and it just has some beautiful art. So we'll look at that real quick to wrap up. The Nicklaus Children's Hospital. So this Earth theme level of the Advanced Pediatric Care House is 34 patients. And this is their ICU. So it's one of the few pediatric CICUs in the nation and the first dedicated to pediatric cardiac unit in the Southeast. I'm going to go ahead. I was like, I'm going to end it here. We may just click this little patient room to see if it takes us right back to our patient's room, and it does. So I'm going to end the Nicklaus Children's Hospital tour right here. And then next, we're going to meet a smart pharmacy. Okay, so this is a compounding pharmacy tour, and it is a smart pharmacy. So we're going to start with drive-through, and then it's just going to walk us through a few different steps. And so here's just a view of the lab in the waiting room, or the lab back. This is like behind the scenes. So it looks like the retail area is out here a little bit, and then your lab, you have a quick view, and then we have a 360 tour to look at a chemistry lab a little bit closer here in just a second too. Okay, so this is the retail location. And so you can see it from behind from their point of view as well. We're going to go ahead and skip to the compounding lab for time. Hopefully it lets me know. So it's just this is just a quick shot of the compounding lab, and we'll probably have a little video tour of it here in just a second. And then I have a 360 tour for a different chemistry lab just so we can get a better look at everything. Okay, so you see them mixing all the different compounds. Some of these are what you would do in your farm tech labs that I know Mr. Burton's really experienced with here at the Murfreesboro campus. You don't necessarily use all the correct ingredients, of course. We substitute out a lot, but it's still interesting to see all the different processes here. And there you go. I learned something today. I always wondered how they get them in there. So there's the little smart pharmacy tour. I'm going to go ahead and pause this one and give me just a second to get our last little chem lab tour up. Sorry about that small little wait. Okay. This is the chemistry lab at McMaster University. So it's just another little behind the scenes tour of what a very, very large chemistry facility would look like and what potentially behind the scenes at a compounding pharmacy would look like. Okay, so here you have your chemical hood, the fume hood where you would mix really dangerous chemicals. Over here you have your pH meter and burette stand. See if it'll let me. Not going to let me walk down there, it looks like, but we can still take a little bit of a look. An analytical balance. This is a high precision balance that measures the mass of microgram quantities. Okay. And then probably something we're not completely used to, but yes, this is a TV monitor, so it's not as fancy as what they had at Nicklaus, but I think we all know it would probably still work the same. So this is probably to help track measurements and stuff. See if we can get a better look at what's on this table. Some supplies. Okay, this is a Genesis 20 spectrophotometer. Spectrophotometer. Okay, yeah, I did that right. Sorry. I was like, did I? Okay, so a visible light spectrophotometer that measures the absorbance of analyte solution. Okay, and then equipment used to measure the pH balance of various solutions. And then just one last little, let's see if they define our fume hood. This is a high power exhaust system that draws chemical reaction vapors away from the experimentalist. Let's see if I can get, so these are just different little, so this is, each one of these rows appears to be the same thing. So this would be for a big chemistry lab class for science majors and stuff, but I still wanted to give you a little look at what, a big lab might look like and how you may see it in your future. So that's really it for today's little field trip for the hospital and pharmacy. If you guys have any questions, as always, please email me at ctaylor2@daymorecollege.edu. Thank you and have a great week.